Hey you guys, it's Dara Michelle, and tonight's topic on Dara After Dark is evolving. So I just want to share some moments in my life where evolving was tricky, where evolving was scary, and where evolving was intimidating. So I can remember like almost 2.5 years ago when I kind of was just in a place in my life where I was uncertain about a lot of things, relationships, friendships, situations in my family. And I just took time away from everything and everybody to just kind of figure out who I was, what did I really want out of this life, and what was my next. And so, in the midst of that time of me really just growing into who I am, I learned a few things along the way. And the first thing that I learned is that everybody can't go with you on that journey. And I was always the type that wanted to bring everybody that was around me with me. Like, I want all of us to heal. I want all of us to transform. I want all of us to be great. And it's not that they just can't do those things. It's like everybody do it in their own timing. And so that was something that I just truly had to understand and just deal with. Like, okay, if they, not ready, that don't mean I gotta just be complacent or continue to put myself on hold and pause and delay. I have to move forward. And so in the midst of that, I wouldn't say I lost friendships, but the friends that I grew up with and friends that I was with every day, I was disconnected from them because I was, really stingy with my time, really thinking about Derica and Dara, really thinking about what it is that I want, what is pulling at me, but I can't seem to grip it or can't understand what's happening. And so in that period of my life, I just took a lot of time to like journal. I took a lot of time to like hire a coach who can really help me through this process, and someone who been through what I've been through, gotten through it, grown through it, evolved through it, and now she can come back and help me and give me the tools and the strategies that I need so that I could continue to evolve in every phase in my life. Because I feel like everybody, whether they know it or not, grows or evolves every 90 days. Every 90 days you learn something new, you do something new, you become someone new. Or not new, but you improve upon who you are. And so in that time, as I just look back and reflect, I see like, my attitude is different, my approach is different. The things that I used to do, they don't bring me joy anymore. And so in the midst of us evolving and growing, you lose people, you lose interest in things, places, and that's okay. It's not to say that you're better than, it's not to say that they're less than. It's just to say like, this is me now. And a lot of people be so used to who you were that they don't know how to handle who you are. And so because they can't handle who you are, they misinterpret the person that you've become with you think you better, or she thinks she all that, or she got a new friends, or she got a new whatever, when yes, all that may be true, because in life you are supposed to, well, I thought, to expand yourself to new things, to new people, to new opportunities, to new collaborations. But that don't mean you forget about your past, because your past is what shapes you. And for a long time that used to bother me. I'm like, I never want anyone in my life, friends, family, whatever, to think that I feel as though I'm better than any of them, or they ain't on nothing, or they not worth anything, because that's never the case. I just took my journey and my growth to the next level because I wanted more for me. It had nothing to do with anybody else. And so in the midst of us evolving, like I said, you lose people that you used to be with all the time. Maybe it's disconnection, and then I feel like too, you just begin to compartmentalize things and put situations and people in just certain categories. So I don't know if it's like all of us, some of us, you have your turn up friends, your friends you could go kick it with and hang with. Then you have your professional friends. Then you have a group of friends who hold you accountable. Maybe you have your spiritual friends. Then you have some friends who you all sit together and create together. There's nothing wrong with that to me, to have a lot of different people, because what I've learned in this journey of evolving and transforming is your inner circle is the most important aspect of life. Like, if I'm in a circle of people, right, and we all talking about the same thing, but we ain't getting nowhere, I'm in the wrong circle. Like, I want somebody who is doing better than me in my circle. I want somebody who makes more money than me in my circle. I want someone who's more experienced than me in my circle, because I look at that as opportunity for growth. I look at that to look up to them, to say, what steps did you take to get to that point in your life? I don't look at them as competition. I'm not looking at them to be like, oh, she thinks she better, or he think he better because he a millionaire and I'm a thousandaire. No, show me, teach me, educate me, so that I can get on the right path to soon become that millionaire that you are. And so that's why your inner circle is so important, because they the ones who you really pouring into, who you are really leaning for advice, who you give advice to. And so if you don't feel like you have that support in your circle, and you're the only one who can give advice, you're the only one who everybody's always reaching for, then it's kind of hard to grow within that. And so it's okay to evolve out of that as well. That's fine. It's life. And if you in a situation where you like, dang, I don't want my friends to feel some type of way, it's either you choose you or them. And if you choose them, you're going to stay in that situation that you in, and you're going to keep pretending to be somebody you're not. Because if I stayed in a situation where, like, you know what, I love him and I want to stay because I don't want to hurt his feelings, then I still be that depressed, lonely, insecure, unconfident girl. And I was like, no, like, for once I have to release it so that I can grow from it. Because I know this ain't what God, this ain't my end, not this. And so when we think about evolving, we also think about, like, what does it take? Because you're not just gonna wake up and be like, boom, I am here. Like, no, it takes a lot of coming into yourself, a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation. If you're the type who need accountability, it takes money. It's an investment. You're investing in yourself to better yourself, to enhance who you are. And that's all what healing is about. Healing is a continuous journey. Like, it never stops. Like, I am not the same woman that I was in 2019. I wasn't the same person in 2018. So every year you evolve. Every year you grow, you learn. And that's the beauty of it. And sometimes we just have to look at the beauty inside of things to say, you know what? If I am a little scared to start my healing journey because I am afraid of what may come up, I am afraid of who I may lose, I am afraid of who God may send to me, it's like, just think of it as a new adventure. It's like, oh my God, for one chance in my life, I get to really learn about me. Like, I can learn, like, what I really love, what I really enjoy, stuff I don't really like, don't really enjoy, and I could stop doing it. So it's like, sometimes we have to capture and correct our thoughts, so that the thought that we're thinking doesn't turn into something like crazy, or something that'll make us stop doing what it is that our heart is desired to do. And another thing I learned from just being on this journey of evolving is your taste is different. Like, the things you probably desired 6 months ago, you may not still desire them 6 months ahead, or you may not desire even not even just like material things, like the food you eat. If you was a person who loved to drink, a lot of that stuff may change as you move through this process of evolving, because at the end of the day, I think the end goal is for everyone is to be successful at some period in their life. And then it goes to say, well, what does success look like for you? Because success can be different for everyone. Like, some people feel as though success is having a big house and having a car, a nice car. Success to others mean having a quality life where you come home and it's peaceful. And some people say financial freedom is success. Some people feel like overcoming an obstacle, overcoming trauma in their life is success. So you define what your success looks like, and then write it down. Like, create your dream life. Like, say what it is that you want. Like, manifest that thing, and then start working towards that. And then reflect. I feel like reflection is big, because you always can go back and look and say, like, I was blah, 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 but through the process of journaling, meditating, prayer, coaching, therapy, I've grown into this. And that always is like that constant reminder to let us know when we feel like we in a situation where it's sticky or where we're stuck. It's like, but I've been here before and I got through it. So all I got to do is use those tools that's already inside of me to keep pressing forward. And so, some recommendations that I would give to you guys who is on this journey to evolve is to journal, trust the process, don't dim your light. Like, if you get around people who you used to be around, used to kick it with, whatever the case may be, don't feel timid like you can't express to them and talk to them about things that that's happening in your life. That's great, because sometimes to them you're bragging, but to you just expressing the accomplishments that you achieve. And I know for so many times, and I've said this before on several different platforms, where we get around people and we try to shrink just to make them comfortable in our space. And it's like, why? Like, why do I have to shrink what I'm doing to make you comfortable? Why you don't elevate up to try to meet me where I'm at? So I'm not gonna dim my light. I'm not gonna shrink my accomplishments just because the other person may be feeling a type of way or feel like I'm bragging. That's something that they got to deal with on the inside. And that's why internal work is so important. And it's so critical as we evolve in our lives to like really do that internal work, so that we don't get to the place where we judging others or we looking down on others because they are excelling, because they are prevailing, because they are evolving. So I just wanted to share that moment in my life. I know where I almost was like, dang, do I want to continue on this journey because I'm losing people and people looking at me crazy and they like this and this. But it's not about them. Like, I'm putting too many of them, there, those, they, instead of I. Like, take all that away. It's about me. And yes, continue to evolve, continue to grow, continue to prosper, and do the work along with it. And it'll be bumps on the roads. It may be a log thrown into it. But again, that's life. And life throws experience at you to teach you something. Learn from what it's teaching you, so that repeated experiences don't keep happening because you're not getting the lesson. And so I encourage anyone who is on a journey of healing, evolving, to just push through. Take your time, do it at your pace and your speed, but don't stop. Stay encouraged, stay motivated, stay connected to the women who are rooting for you, who want to grab your hand and walk with you on this journey to evolve into the powerful, phenomenal woman that God created you to be. Again, it's Dara After Dark, and tonight's topic was about evolving.